Welcome to Unleashed Opinion, boldly challenging the powers that be while keeping liberals in their place with conservative ideals and common sense solutions.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Unleashed Opinion. We're live and worldwide once again.
Woohoo, we're back in the studio of Plunkett.
There we go. Alrighty, this is working out well.
Absolutely. It's great to be back. We've been on Smitty's porch the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty good there, but there's nothing like being at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Back in John's Palace.
We can take some calls and run some videos and do all the things we're used to doing.
Hello, Becky Saylor. Watching already. She just can't wait to get...
Scott Zimmerman's on.
I'm telling you.
All right. A big thank you out to our service members out there doing what you do, putting your lives and your family's lives on hold for our freedom. Greatly appreciate it.
And there is no doubt about that. I can't remember where I was at the other day. I might have mentioned this before. It was at a restaurant. Imagine that.
Yeah, go figure.
I went in there and there was the guy up at the counter. I had a Vietnam veteran jacket on, and it was my privilege to go up and to shake his hand and tell him thank you for his service, and that can't be done enough.
No, they've done. I mean, they signed on the dotted line. Could put their lives on the line. A lot of them have. It's something not to be taken lightly.
Heck no, man. They are the reason that we can be here and do this stuff.
Absolutely. Hey, big thank you out to John out there for doing what he's doing, putting everything together for us, making us look better than what we are. So
there's no doubt about that. Big John doing good after his little surgery there.
Big thank you out to our listeners and everybody who sends us text messages and everything and things to talk about. Greatly appreciate it. Makes things a lot easier. Keeps us in touch with our listeners and everything. So
absolutely. All you guys that join us on our show every week and put our comments out there and make fun of me and things like that.
That's easy to do.
Yes, it is easy to do. Thank you to everyone out there, law enforcement and all you first responders. What you guys do is incredible, and thank you very much for what you do.
Absolutely. The crew out there in the garage on Route 125.
Yeah, I met one of your crew last week up at the VFW, and he was having a pretty good time at the golf outing.
That's good. It happens.
Absolutely.
Got the Fulton County crew out there. I'm sure we'll be hearing from them this evening. So,
thank everybody in the Illinois Department of Corrections for what you do. They may think you're high-priced babysitters, but you put your lives on the line every day. So thank you for what you do.
And put up with a bunch of crap that people don't quite understand.
Mad Jack Hamilton, thanks for tuning in, brother.
You betcha. Oh, let's see. Something positive. What you got over there, mister?
Well, speaking of law enforcement that we like so much, I've got something very positive here. The Illinois State Police up in McLean County, Illinois. Officials say a traffic stop made in McLean County, Illinois resulted in 2 arrests and the seizure of suspected cocaine weighing more than, check this out, 110 pounds.
Wow.
110 pounds of coke. February 21st, Illinois State Trooper from the statewide criminal patrol team stopped a truck, tractor, semi-trailer combination northbound on I-55 near Towanda, Illinois, to conduct a motor carrier safety inspection. Officials say during the inspection, the trooper observed indicators of possible criminal activity. K-9 was alerted to the odor of illegal drugs within the trailer.
Well, not that odor.
Yeah. Ooh, that smell, as Leonard Skinner says. This prompted a search of the trailer. State police say the investigation resulted in the seizures of 50 kilograms of cocaine hidden within the freight inside the trailer. That is a big, that I-55 is a big drug run. 35-year-old Brandon Weiss of Murrieta, California, 36-year-old Miguel Martinez of Desert Springs, California, were arrested for controlled substance trafficking, delivery of controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance. Both suspects have been placed in the McLean County Jail and formally charged by the McLean County State's Attorney. A judge has set their bond at $500,000. I wonder if they should... No, never mind. But kudos out there to the Illinois State Police. Thank you guys for what you do. It is a kind of a thankless job as well.
Getting that stuff off the streets is a good idea.
Ooh, Jack Hamilton says hello from Missouri. We got Phil Crary, Bob Smith out there.
Holder, yeah. You got Roy Smith out there. All right.
There you go. Sweet.
Hey, have you heard of this kid by the name of Tommy Morrissey? He's 7 years old. He's down around the St. Louis area, and he's got most of his left arm missing. He did some batting practice the other day with retired Major League Cardinal Chris Carpenter.
That's awesome.
That is very awesome, and he did some batting practice with him, and at his little league game. The article I see here is from like yesterday, but the video I seen looked like summertime, so I'm not real sure how current this is. But this 7-year-old kid with most of his left arm missing hit a home run.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't do that with 2 arms, so that's pretty good. I mean, there's some determination with this young man. I mean, you got 1 arm out there, you go out there, and you're doing the best you can, and you hit a home run in your little league ball game. That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Not only is he hitting home runs on the ball diamond, I guess he's pretty good at playing golf also.
Awesome. That is fantastic.
That is very
good. We've posted several videos of people with disabilities on our Facebook page. We had one that had no arms and legs from birth, but yet that wasn't stopping him. He was getting up, making his own bed, and doing things like that. And
he was going up and downstairs.
Yeah, and that's inspiration. Anytime I get a cold or something like that, I just want to curl up in bed and whine and everything. Have my wife make me some chicken soup, but she just calls me the P word and tells me to get out of bed. But anyway, yeah, I look to people like that for inspiration, because they refuse to quit. So
absolutely,
we can refuse to quit too. So hey, speaking of our military, I just want to say a few days ago on February 23rd marked the 74 years since the Marines raised the flag on Mount Suribachi at Iwo Jima.
Oh,
which was one hell of a dogfight.
Oh boy,
there's a lot of people killed on that island. So hey, once again, that's why we love our veterans. That's why we say shake the hand of a veteran every time you see them. Thank them for what they've done, because I'll tell you what, there are things that some people should not have to see or do that these people have done, and it sticks with them.
Oh, how could it not?
And I've got a little article here on that. Because a lot of these guys, like we said, see things that should not be seen by the human eye, and they come home and they can't get it out of their heads. They have post-traumatic stress disorder and whatnot, and they just have a real hard time, and it's extremely understandable. And a lot of them come home, they get counseling, and then they get put on some drugs, to try to help them. And I got something here that I want. Military personnel or anybody who suffers from PTSD, if they're on this certain drug, because apparently it's making the side effects worse. According to Fox 17 News out of Nashville, Tennessee, an investigation found a drug treating PTSD in our veterans could be killing them. It's called Prazosin, Prazosin. It's a blood pressure medication commonly prescribed to treat PTSD nightmares. Only 2 drugs were approved by the FDA to treat this, and says Prazosin is not one of them. Retired Sergeant Alan Chapman says he takes, 10 pills a day to treat depression.
Holy cow.
Yeah, PTSD and all other side effects that come with working in a war zone overseas. He says, I've got so many medications, it takes a while to get them all in the morning. He served in the 230th Signal Company of the National Guard. Spent time in Afghanistan from 2011 to 2012. He said, when you get back, you're used to all of that high-speed stuff, and then people are just slow. And I've heard, Tim talk about this, being in the Marine Corps and stuff like that. Everything is so organized. Everything is going 100 miles an hour, and then when you get out here, it just stops to a dead still.
It's a cluster.
And then you got to put up with people. And we know what that's like.
Oh, absolutely.
It says it's one of the reasons readjusting is so hard and why Sergeant Chapman went to the VA for help. He says, I was referred to a psychiatrist and we tried different medications. It took a while to find the right balance and the right meds. One of those was the Prazosin, a blood pressure medication that the VA doctor prescribed. He says, I didn't want to go to sleep. There are times I didn't want to lie down. I just wanted to go to sleep. Over time, he realized the nightmares weren't getting better. In fact, he said they got worse. He goes, I was killing people, cutting up body parts, chopping up their bodies, and it was always with a knife. Describing his nightmares. He finally took himself off the meds, too afraid of the side effects. Man, I don't blame you. Dr. Vaughn McCall of Augusta University recently did a study on the drug. He found responses like Sergeant Chapman's aren't uncommon. We found that not only did the Prazosin not seem to do much as an advantage to the suicidal ideation, it seemed to reduce the degree of improvement that we see in nightmares and general sleep disturbances. So if you're out there and you're on this Prazosin, and things aren't getting better, please go back to your doctor and try to get off of this stuff and see if they can do any more for you. The rest of this article is on our website. It's too lengthy to keep going over here, but this is another reason we thank our veterans, because they have to come home to this.
Yeah, yep.
And anyway,
we got Mike Mathis out there, Dave Holt, Josh Stoker. All right.
Brian Ox Days is watching.
Oh, super.
Speaking of inspiration, Brian Days, my buddy there, has been battling the acute myeloid leukemia for, I think it's going on 4 years now. And he is my inspiration.
Keeps pushing on, doesn't
Absolutely, he does. Absolutely. So
outstanding man.
Thanks for watching, Brian. You freak.
And just build him up, just knock him down.
Be nice to your wife, okay? She's such a nice lady.
Got J.D. Clement out there this evening too.
All right.
Hey, did you hear about this World War II veteran out there? On his 92nd birthday, he went to a Chick-fil-A.
I like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's not really a surprise. And there's some recruits in there, and he told the gal behind the counter, said, "Here's some cash. Here's my credit card. Their dinner's on me."
Set them up, man.
To the tune of $1,500. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this guy, he said, this is tradition, so to speak. He said he got started in 1945 when I was draftee, training in Little Rock, Arkansas, to take a break from GI food. Some of my buddies and I left base for some good old Southern food. And at the restaurant, an elderly gentleman stepped up to us and asked, "Can you do me a favor? Will you let me buy your lunch?" And he said, "I want you to thank me by passing it down." So that's what he did in this case. So that is awesome for his 92nd birthday.
Wow.
He bought some soldiers their lunch.
That is fantastic.
$1,500.
That is a lot of chicken, man, but I think I could do some damage on that.
Oh, I have a lot of confidence in you.
Got Eddie Durrell out there. What up, bud? Hey, going back to our law enforcement, I got a video here. A Napa County deputy out in California named is Riley Jarecki. What she does here is just another fantastic video, but it just goes to show you the dangers out there to our law enforcement personnel and why we're so adamant about thanking them as well. So, John, if you'd roll that, please.
Can I look around to make sure? All right. Wait right there. Don't move, okay?
He said no problema. We'll watch what happens. She is very fortunate, and she was very alert.
Roll it down. Roll down the window. Roll down the window.
And here he goes.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
She don't mess around.
Wow.
She was fine. He was not, obviously, which is very good. Just goes to show you again, you got to be on your guard.
Things change rapidly.
Things change rapidly, and she responded well. And, like we always say, we love our law enforcement personnel, and, that's why,
Wow.
They keep us safe out of it. God knows what this guy had done or what he might do, and she just took care of it.
And, her radio call was amazingly calm.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, she was excited as well she should be, but I would have been a lot more excited myself.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten in a few exciting situations in the prison system. So.
A time or two, yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
What do you got?
Well, I'm going to hit these gun bills again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You might trigger somebody out there, Steve.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Who was the wuss bag? Do you remember? I think it was a senator or something like that went and shot some weapons for the first time just to see.
And you got PTSD
and he
from
cried PTSD.
Some reporter somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, that was a reporter. That's what it was.
We played that video.
Oh my gosh, I'm triggered.
What an ass clown.
Yeah, right, Brian. Thank God she was okay.
Yes,
absolutely.
Out there right now, there's several bills out there. SB 0107 is the assault weapons ban. And if you look this up on ilga.gov, there you can look at the whole printout of this thing. And the assault weapons ban, the description they have of these things covers nearly everything.
Sure it does.
If the barrel has a shroud around it where you can grab it with your non-trigger hands, what they call it, without burning yourself, and it's a semi-automatic weapon, it's an assault weapon. The 22-aught semi-automatic rifles said detachable or otherwise magazines for these things, which would be your tube-fed 22 rifles that we all grew up shooting when we were kids, or is now considered an assault weapon. If it has a telescoping or a thumbhole stock, some people have damage to their wrist or their hand and can't use the regular stocks. So now you want to make it illegal for these people to be able to shoot when they're perfectly legal to do it any other time. Semi-automatic handguns, the shotguns you're looking at now, detachable magazines on shotguns. One of the most popular shotguns out there for deer hunting now is the Savage 220. It holds 2 rounds. Okay, so now you want to make it an assault weapon?
Mindy Webker-Varley put a thing on here. Says, what about handgun ammo in Illinois? Has to have serial numbers now. She says a new bill she thinks passed. So
good.
we're going to have to look at that. Thank you, Mindy. Appreciate it very much.
Yes. And then they charge you $25 to register all these guns that they're talking about, so you can supposedly keep them. But we all know that the first step to confiscation is registration.
Sure it is. And they're putting all these things in there. Maybe, hopefully, they can get some type of compromise, but compromise cannot be had on this.
No, because
once you start compromising, you're going to start compromising all your freaking rights away on this.
And that's the first one of 4 bills we have here. HB 0888 wants you to register all your social media with the state police so they can go through all your stuff with a fine-tooth comb. It costs you $2 so they can infringe upon your freedom, right? Yeah. That's what a really great idea. And like we talked about the other day, I said, good friends will talk trash to your face and say nice things about you behind your back. Mm-hmm. So with this in mind, just say you had an account several years ago and you and your buddy are going back and forth about it, and you tell him to go screw himself. So, 10 years down the road, state police look at this thing and said, oh my God, this guy told his buddy to go screw himself. He's got anger issues. Let's go confiscate his weapons because we've got him registered here because he's a law-abiding citizen and we know where he's got him and where he's got him at.
Well, there's all kinds of loopholes in this bull crap too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And like Mindy was talking about, there's the ammunition registration where they want the seller of the ammunition to take your Ford card information, your birth date, your address, everything else you can think of, and keep this on a log so the state police can come in and take a look at it at any given time. And then there's the Sanctuary County bill. It's HB 3553. Now, if you recall, there's been some people out there going around making different counties in the state of Illinois a sanctuary county, saying that you can pass all the laws you want. That doesn't mean we're going to abide by them, which is no different than what they do with the sanctuary cities with illegal immigration. But now they're in the process of passing a bill that says your sanctuary counties don't matter.
Dave Arns says the First Amendment is in dire straits. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. All of our amendments are continuously in dire straits because of all these socialist dirtbags that were putting into frickin' office for some damn reason.
Right.
David Holt says he's in trouble.
Not really a surprise.
Well, I thought we were the only state that had to have a Ford card, but you said there's like 6 or 7 more, didn't you?
No, we're the only state that's got a Ford card.
Okay, well, who was telling me that then? Must be some more of my misinformation.
Could be. So, with this in mind, on March 27th, Springfield, Illinois, it's called iGold. It stands for Illinois Gun Owners Lobby Day. If you can possibly make it down there, go to Springfield, make your voice be heard. These people work for you. They tend to forget that a lot.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to.
Well, they're supposed to be working for us. They don't do a very good job 98% of the time. But
so I wonder what would happen. What would happen if they finally did confiscate everything like that, or people? Well, of course, people aren't going to give them up, but everything finally got confiscated. And oh, wait a minute, let's just go down to Venezuela and see what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Apparently, the Venezuelans are now regretting that they gave up their guns.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's odd.
This is what happens to disarm a populace. In 2012, Venezuela's dictator for life, who is now dead, Hugo Chavez, had his rubber stamp legislature pass the Control Arms, Munitions, and Disarmament Law. The public generally supported it at the time. The law stripped law-abiding Venezuelans of every firearm and round of ammunition they could legally own. As the country and its citizens have increasingly benefited from the wonders of Bolivarian socialism, it appears that the public now regrets their support for total civilian disarmament. Well, really?
No kidding. What,
Really?
What did you think was going to happen?
It goes on here. Guns would have served as a vital pillar to remaining a free people, or at least able to put up a fight. Javier Venegas, 28, a Venezuelan teacher of English now exiled in Ecuador, told Fox News. The government security forces at the beginning of this debacle knew they had... Listen to this. The government security forces at the beginning of this debacle knew they had no real opposition to their force. Once things were this bad, it was a clear declaration of war against an unarmed population.
Yeah.
That just tells you right now that these laws that they're coming up with is straight up bullshit, and we cannot frickin' stand by while they're doing this crap.
And there's not really any room for compromise on this stuff because the description they put out there covers nearly everything.
Sure it does. And it's like, well, if we just don't let them have this, we'll just give them this. No, no, not at all. There's more to this article on our Facebook page. I'm not going to go over it all, but you get the gist of what I'm saying here. Once you give them up,
It's all over.
it's over with.
all
Like
over.
we've always said, one reason that we've really not been attacked in this country by other countries is because we're going to kill them when they come on our streets.
Well, if you look at some of the stuff that you posted on our Facebook page, it says, in 1776, they told us to give up our weapons. We shot them.
Yeah, absolutely. We shot them. Shot the hell out of them.
Oh, well, don't ask us to do such stupid stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
We've got Nicole out there this evening,
No,
too.
the socialists aren't hiding their agenda anymore, Dave, and that's what's the scary situation is here.
Oh, they're bringing it to the forefront. They're running on the socialist agenda.
I mean,
it's
just look
crazy.
look at this chucklehead and this new Green Deal crap. Which is what you say is going to cost $93 trillion now?
$93 trillion in 10 years.
That's 71 more trillion than our national debt.
In 10 years. That's insane. They're like,
She's
oh,
insane.
Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren aren't any better.
No, well, Cherokee people. Lost all my guns in the river fishing. I saw Bill Twaddell was on here a little bit ago, and he posted something. I had to repost it on our page, and I want to get to that real quick if you don't mind. Hey, if you don't know what your kids are watching out there on their phones, on their iPads, on their computers, hey, start taking a look, because I got a couple articles here. It's about YouTube. It says YouTube Kids is supposed to be a safe place for children to grab a bit of screen time, maybe watch some Paw Patrol or sing along to Baby Shark, whatever the hell that is. But recently, apparently several parents have discovered disturbing videos on the site, one's making them question how safe it is. The videos in question have a 9-second clip edited into them of a man giving advice on how to properly slit your wrists.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. There's another article on something else I'll put here too. It says, remember kids, sideways for attention, long ways for results. End it. Parents not closely monitoring what their children are watching could easily miss the message because it quickly returns to what looks like a regular video. Now, I'm telling you, kids get mad when you get into their business, but that's tough crap. You're the bull of the woods in your own home. Check out what they're doing. I think my wife still checks my daughter's Facebook page, and she's almost 21 years old. So, mom and pediatrician Free Hess posted a clip to her Pedi Mom website. I think I'm a little out here. On social media accounts. The original video has since been removed from YouTube and YouTube Kids, but there's nothing stopping someone for posting anything like it. She says, it makes me angry and sad and frustrated. I'm a pediatrician. I'm seeing more and more kids coming in self-harm and suicide attempts. I don't doubt that social media and the things such as this is a contributing factor. And there's more on this. I'm going to go to another one. Here it says, we've got here, Walt Disney, Nestle pull YouTube ads after a viral video exposing a pedophilia ring.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Said all Nestle companies, you listen to this, Rachel Deacon, okay? All Nestle companies in the U.S. have paused advertising on YouTube. A spokeswoman for the company said Wednesday in an email, Bloomberg reports video gamer Eric Games Incorporated and German packaged foods giant Dr. August, whatever his name is, said they also postponed YouTube spending after their ads were shown to play before the videos. Disney has also withheld its spending, according to people with knowledge of matter who asked not to be identified because its decision has been made. In response to the deeply troubling report, a spokesperson for YouTube told Bloomberg any content, including comments that endangers minors, is abhorrent, and we have clear policies prohibiting it on YouTube. Well, I'll tell you what, you better start getting your crap straight here, because they've been detailing an alleged softcore pedophilia ring operating via the platform's comments section. So everybody that goes down the comments section, you better check your stuff for your kids, because there's a guy who he has a 20-minute report. He's a video blogger named Matt Watson on his YouTube channel. He purports to expose a wormhole into a softcore pedophilia ring. He says, over the past 48 hours, I have discovered a wormhole into a softcore pedophilia ring on YouTube. YouTube's recommended algorithm is facilitating pedophiles' ability to connect with each other, trade contact information, and link actual CP in the comments. I can consistently get access to it from vanilla, never before used YouTube accounts via innocuous videos in less than 10 minutes. So, I'll tell you what, people. These are both posted on our Facebook page. I encourage you to go read them. If you're not checking your kids' stuff, you know what? Get in their business. By all means, do. They may not like it, but you might be saving their freaking life.
I can't believe they're actually telling kids how to commit suicide by cutting their wrist. That's, oh my God.
You know, a 9-second quip here, a 9-second quip there. What do you think it's going to do to, especially the younger kids or some kids who might have some mental issues?
It's nothing good.
You know, they might. It's just bad. You know, like my wife says, social media is the ruination of the country, and she's right.
It definitely hasn't helped a whole lot. Bob Smith says anyone who knowingly wants to strip one's ability to defend oneself is not your friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that is absolutely true. We got Steve Ruiz out there also.
Gonna miss you at the breakfast tomorrow, Steve-O.
Well, I won't be there either. So let's see, what else do I got here on the table?
Subliminal messaging. Yes, Dave Barnes, you are correct.
Exactly. Oh, here we go. Let's go to California for just a second.
No, I don't want to go to California.
And here we go. New poll reveals that 53% of California residents are considering leaving the Golden State because of high cost of living.
What?
Yeah, say it's
You're
not so.
You're kidding me.
The Trust Barometer poll by Edelman Intelligence was conducted January 4th through the 20th among 1,500 California residents with a margin of error of 2.5%. A special oversample of 400 tech workers in the San Francisco Bay Area was also conducted with a margin of 4.8%. Nearly two-thirds, 62% of the respondents said they believed the best days of California were in the past.
There's a shocker.
Yeah, no kidding. You could have knocked us over with that one.
Well, I think the best days of Illinois are in the past, too.
No doubt about that either. Nearly three-fourths of the residents, 72%, say cost and availability of housing is a very serious issue for California, rising to 76% in the Bay Area. And 62% of the residents say homelessness is a very serious issue for California. No kidding.
Jeez, I wonder why.
We've talked about this several times. And you know what the killer is, well, I'll get to that here in a second.
Maybe they should give them some of that basic universal income.
I got an article on that, too.
No, you don't.
I do.
Dang it. How do we do that?
This is so easy.
We must have some of that ESPN or something like that.
You got something,
okay.
Yes. Nearly everyone talked to cites the high cost of living for the primary reason. They leave. Others were looking for a slower pace of life, lower taxes, less traffic, and more time with family. The Bay Area also found to be leading the nation in outward migration. The number one destination was Sacramento, followed by Los Angeles, Seattle, Portland, and San Diego. Now, getting back to the homeless thing.
Yeah, buy a home in San Diego, see how much that costs.
Yeah, no kidding. California claims it has a $29.3 billion surplus.
What?
That's what they say. I thought it was higher than that, but that was when Governor Brown left. And there's several articles that say the same thing. $29.3 billion surplus. So how come... was it Gavin Newsom, the new governor?
New Governor Moonbeam.
Mm-hmm. So how come he's having such a hard time giving back $3.5 billion for the high-speed rail that they're not going to use?
Yeah, that they've been working on for 10 years, and oh my gosh, that's just not going to work.
No, it's not going to work. It's way out of budget. And not to with all this extra money, you keep raising taxes, but you haven't fixed any problems, such as homeless people. You got people laying around in the train stations, the Bay Area Rapid Transit System.
Homeless veterans.
There's another one. They're crapping all over the place. They're crapping in the middle of the streets. They're leaving syringes all over the place. And you got $29.3 billion and you don't know how to fix it?
Well, they are paying those pooper scoopers $185,000 a year now to go pick up, the human feces that's all over the place.
Well, it's not working out very good.
Yeah, much like California, people are leaving Illinois in droves to the tune of 45,000 last year. Why? Because Illinois sucks.
And it was 33,000 the year before that.
And several years before that.
And if they pass these gun laws, there'll be a lot more.
Oh, heck yeah. I won't let my wife teach another 4 years. We're just going to pack up and take off. Aaron Waterstad is out there. What up, brother?
Hey, all right. Now, you want to go back to California again?
I guess if we must.
Universal Basic Income Program
there
moves
we go.
forward in Stockton neighborhoods where the median income is around $46,000 a year. Notices about Mayor Michael Tubbs' Universal Basic Income Program have started to show up. Tubbs says he hopes that this lets families know their concerns are being heard. Guess how much they're going to be heard? Listen to this.
Oh, my
This is really
goodness.
this will get you.
California is America's Greece. There's no doubt, Dave Arns.
That they've heard that
Keeping the straws away from people. Damn those straws.
yes. They've heard that we care about doing all we can to make sure that the people who are contributing, who are working hard, who aren't bad people, who just want a little bit of help to get some help, Tubbs said Wednesday. Fewer than 1 in 10 families will be chosen to receive, get this, $500 a month for 18 months, free to spend at their discretion.
Oh, boy, that'll go a long way.
For that universal basic
In
income.
California.
That will get you over the financial hump.
Uh-oh. We got a call.
Yes, we do. Hello, caller.
Why, hello, Steve. Hello, Robin.
How you doing, sir?
We've been expecting you.
I'm doing fine, Robin. Good to hear you and Steve's voice. How's everybody doing
Oh, we're
tonight?
doing
Doing well.
fantastic. We're out there being safeguarded by all the Air Force personnel.
Oh, boy. He just won't let that go, will he?
No, he won't. I thought his damn ship was due to sail.
Well, we squids got to stick together.
God bless you, Robin. I'm so glad you guys are back on the air tonight.
We are, too. We missed the calls and things like this. So what do you got for us, sir?
I got bad news for you, Robin. I've got a list written here.
Holy
but-
crap. That's not good. When Bob has a list written, we're in
That's
trouble.
not a good thing.
Okay, and if I've covered them, just tell me to shut up and move on,
Shut
okay?
up and move on.
Steve will gladly do that, I know. First one's John Wayne.
Yes.
Okay?
Have you guys covered that yet?
No.
No, I don't know anything about it.
You guys haven't seen that where there's some media out there and some Democratic, Socialist, Progressive media that have gotten on John Wayne because of a comment he made on some interview back in 78 or 79, where he says, blacks need to get over slavery and he'll respect them when they pick themselves up and do something for themselves.
Okay.
And so there was another article that stated that questioned his service for not being in World War II and actually serving and killing the Japanese or the Nazi socialist progressives of Germany.
Are these
How dare they discredit my John Wayne?
Are they so desperate and do they hate old white people so bad that that's out there? You guys need to hunt it up.
I think you hit the nail on the
Google
head.
John Wayne.
I think they are desperate, especially
They're attacking John Wayne.
especially because of what he said about the black people getting off their asses and or whatever it is you said, because there's a lot of people in the Blexit movements, the black and Latino exit from the Democratic Party. If you guys have followed our Facebook page, you can see it on there, and I've got a video of a Candace Owens talking about it again tonight. There are a lot, and I tell you what, I think the Democrats know that they're in trouble because they're losing votes.
That's a good point, but did you follow other things that I saw with Kamala Harris and Pocahontas? And Kamala, I saw this on my Google site, that Kamala stated, you elect her, she is all for slave money repatriations.
I seen
You know,
that. I
that's the
forgot about
proper
that.
pronunciation.
Well, we call it reparations, but whatever you want.
Well, I'm in Fulton, man. Give me a break, man. Now,
And that's another thing.
Pocahontas
That's
won-
another thing I can't understand. How can you
Okay, go ahead.
want reparations for somebody else's ass beating years ago or more? You know what I'm saying? That's not anybody else's money. You can't take money for somebody else's ass beating. That's just completely stupid.
And we pay people of this certain persuasion, $100, $300 million to play with a ball.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And so, yeah, and that I'm like you said, it's just so get over. I think Tucker Carlson even said something about this. If you guys talked about it, Tucker came out and said they need to get over this slavery thing. This was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a bad thing back then, but hey, the playing field has been more than level.
Sure, that has. I mean, my goodness, the black person or even the Latino person has so many more things going for them nowadays. I mean, making what would they have thought back in the day if you have all these black athletes making multi-millions of dollars every year now, or actors, or whatever they're doing?
And then
It's in our lifetime. It's not that long ago, Rob. And
Yeah,
50 years ago,
And it's great. It's great
horrendous.
that this is happening for them. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 60s, I mean, they were getting hosed down with fire hoses and things like that. And now, I mean, is there still racism? Absolutely. And there's always going to be,
Right.
and that goes both ways. But absolutely, I don't understand it.
Well, I understand, like I was saying, Pocahontas was good. She decided she was going to one-up it. And she said if you elect her ass,
They're going to smoke peyote.
she'll not only give slave money away, but she's going to give Native American money away, too. Since,
Well,
we
are
stole
the
their
Native
land.
Americans going to help with the reparations because they had African Americans as slaves as well?
No, that's not right.
But I wonder who's going to pay. Is Egypt going to pay the Hebrews money for having them enslaved for 400 years? Or what about the Irish? There were Irish people who were enslaved too, if I remember
White
right.
people were never, ever been enslaved. We don't
No.
talk about indentured servants, well, whatever. White people have always been blessed. White people have always been rich and having the mansion on the hill. You know that,
That's
Robin.
that's that white privilege. I know.
Exactly. The silver spoon, yes.
Right.
I wonder
And I guess I don't want to get into any serious topics, but there's a couple more here I'd like to touch on. Number one is, did you guys see the story about the Maryland cemetery that has a cross on it, a big cross that says Valor on it, that's in a cemetery that honors dead veterans?
Yeah, they're trying to
And
take
there
the
is
damn
a
thing
group
down.
out there that says that's wrong, and they want it removed.
And I think that's going before the Supreme Court, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and I hope they rule in favor of keeping the thing up because that's where it should stay.
Oh, absolutely.
How friggin' deranged do you have to be to drive by here and see this cross that says Valor on it, and you go, that's just wrong.
Well, that's just how triggered people are these days. They're so I don't even know what to say about them anymore. They're so all frickin' kilter. They have been frickin' brainwashed by this liberal leftist socialist bullcrap that's going on out there. Oh, that's offensive. That cross is offensive because it represents Jesus Christ and things like that. Well, it represents these people that are in the graves there too. They've lost their lives doing what they're doing for people to have their frickin' voice. Even these idiots that are saying that.
If these people
and Robin, I'm glad I got you jacked up. I got one more to get you going, and I agree with you 1,000%. I mean, it honors veterans, and there's people out there that that's wrong. You drive by there, you get a fucking life. Did you see what Bill Maher said, guys?
Nope, I didn't see it.
I don't.
God bless it, Stephen. Where you been, man?
Apparently
be
not.
on these stories.
I'd
You're
like to-
relying on me to bring the National Enquirer to you.
I'd like to shove a hot red poker up Bill Maher's nose and scramble it about and yank his brain out, but go ahead.
Well, Oh, well, thank you, Rob, and I appreciate the time, Navy boy. Anyway, Bill Maher says that those of us in flyover states who voted Trump are just jealous of progressive on the coast and what they all have.
I did see
I
that.
did see that. Yes.
He said that the people voted for Trump are basically stupid.
Of course.
Yeah, because the people on both coasts they're really super smart and have the good jobs, right?
Yeah, they are.
And you know, it just shows you that the stupidity is just not, and why they even have this man even on television or radio or even filling newspapers is beyond me.
Oh, this guy's one of the most asinine people I know.
He's probably another one of those rich people that think we need to have socialists. I mean, rich people on the left, I guess I should say that, because, you know, you got Ocasio-Cortez, who just got a $10 million deal from Netflix, you know, through this capitalistic society of ours, but she wants socialism for everybody. And then you got dirty Bernie Sanders, who looks like frickin' one of the old men Muppets up in the frickin' balcony, you know. He's bumping his frickin' gums about socialism when he's got 3 multi-million-dollar mansions, plus God knows how much money in the frickin' bank. But these people are decrying socialism for everybody. Well, you can kiss my frickin' biscuits.
You know what? If you want to give people's money away, start with yours. Lead by example. Be the man. Lead by example.
And Stephen, I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of my other little notes here, guys.
Hey, Bob, I got a little comment here from a guy named Bill Twaddell. I don't know who that guy is. Yeah, but anyway, he said the John Wayne issue is because they want to rename the airport named after him because of his comments.
Wow.
Oh,
Are you kidding?
Can you believe? Oh, sure. The Duke.
Yeah, but that, you know, that'll make a difference in
Sure
the United States today and make everybody feel really good about themselves. And we fucked over John Wayne. I cursed. I don't care.
We're going to have to wash your mouth out,
I'm
son.
glad Bill brought that up because I knew there was this stuff out there. And to let you guys go about the politicians, I personally think politicians should be charged at a 70% tax rate.
Be a good
I
place.
think they should be charged at the highest tax rate that they propose to tax the rich at. And you know what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Now, I think the politicians ought to lose all their frickin' stuff because they're not supposed. This isn't supposed to be a frickin' job.
No,
Exactly.
no lifetime job. It's representing the people for a short period of time. That's it. That's all they're supposed to do. It's a civic duty, not a lifetime career.
Absolutely. Our founding fathers said when being a politician becomes a full-time job and the pay scales go up, they will no longer work for the people, and that's exactly what's happening. How in the heck can how can you be a senator making $174,000 like Nancy frickin' DeGrossi, but yet her net worth is $196 million now?
How
do you figure that?
And not just
Bernie
her.
Sanders owns 3 multi-million-dollar homes, and the man ain't ever sawed a board or laid a brick in his life.
No, well, this is a guy that got kicked out of frickin' commune. Okay? But now, you know, through all this capitalistic society, they've made their frickin' multi-millions, but yet they want socialism.
Yep. It's as plain as the nose in the face how dirty they are. And last thing I'll say is, if they're going to take all of our guns away, they get no armed security either.
They won't need any because
I don't need a gun. They don't need the damn thing either.
They won't need them because they'll have them all, right? I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be because law-abiding citizens won't have guns, right? And everybody will be safe. Sure, it always works. And there's going to be unicorns and rainbows everywhere.
And we're going to sing Kumbaya around a campfire.
Hey, Bob.
You ain't got no voice, Robin. Hey, I'm going to let you guys go.
Hey, Bob.
Love your show. You guys take care,
Hey,
man.
Bob, before you go,
God bless the Air Force.
If they're going to hammer John Wayne on some of the things he said, what about Senator Robert Byrd for West Virginia, who is a Grand Cyclops? What about all his stuff that if he's
a Grand Cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan who was a hero to Hillary Clinton?
Absolutely,
correct?
Yes.
Absolutely. We all saw that. I think I saw that. You're right.
Yeah. So you're gonna do this at John Wayne, and then you're gonna let Robert Byrd slide after all the things he's done.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. If you liberal, leftist, socialists, they can do what they want, but we can't. People on the right.
It irritates me because they can say whatever the hell they want, and all they have to do is apologize, and it's all good.
Well,
but a Republican or a conservative says something, He's got to be fired. He's got to be raked over the coals. He's got to be put on the rack and ruined for life.
Without due process.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's pretty bad.
We appreciate you calling and getting us all freaking riled up.
It
bud.
worked pretty well too.
That's just what I do, guys. You guys take care. Continue on. Take care. Hi to everybody out there listening, and we miss you all. Take care.
Lock and load, man.
Will do. Bye-bye.
But always good when he calls
Always
in.
interesting when Bob calls in. I'm surprised he's one up and his counterpart, and he hasn't called in yet.
Have we got Deb Jackson Croy out there this evening? Let's see who else. Daniel Horton, Gary Mendenhall. Who else we got out there? Yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah,
All
but
right.
gentlemen, they are bought and paid for by these rich lobbyists. They don't give a ship about serving and doing what they're supposed to for the people. They are all about lining their pockets. James L. Holder Sr., you are absolutely correct. One thing we need to do is get rid of those freaking lobbyists as far as I'm concerned.
okay. What you got on your table over there, mister?
What?
Well, I guess I can finish the what the hell is it?
I'm lost now. Let's talk about
start.
food stamp requirements.
Oh, okay.
This is going to jingle somebody's bell. Rep. Mo Brooks, Republican from Alabama, and 64 House colleagues sent a letter on Tuesday to Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue in support of work requirements for food stamps.
What? Work requirements for food
How
stamps?
can they do that?
Well, that's not part of the socialist plan, is it?
No, they don't want people working.
No.
Brooks' letter backed the agency's recent proposed rulemaking, which implemented work requirements for food stamps. Department of Agriculture, USDA proposed rule would make it harder for states to waive the work requirement by manipulating unemployment statistics. Reps Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, Matt Getz, Andy Harris, Mark Green, all of Republicans, of course, and other prominent conservatives signed onto the letter. They contend that the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the SNAP, work requirements would help save Americans billions of dollars and help citizens get off the public dole. 2016, there were 3.8 million adults without dependence on food stamps, and nearly 2.8 million of those recipients did not obtain gainful employment while they received food stamps. He said in a statement Tuesday, Americans who can work, okay, let me repeat that, Americans who can work, because there are those out there who can't, should try to earn the money they need to buy their food. It is wrong to let slackers live off the work of taxpayers with unemployment at 4%.
Whoa, that's crazy talk there.
Yeah, isn't it? A mere 0.3 higher than all-time low, and 7.3 million current job openings. Work opportunities are abundant. It is selfish and irresponsible to allow able-bodied adults, let me repeat that, it is irresponsible to allow able-bodied adults to vote for a living rather than work for one. That's a capital idea, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And we obviously know there are people out there who can't work and who absolutely need assistance.
Have no problem with that.
We get that.
Would
Okay?
have no problem with
That's
that.
what it's made for, but it's not made for somebody to stay on there their entire freaking life if they are able to get out and do some work. You know, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can go freaking work at McDonald's or something. That just do a little bit of something so you're just not taking all the taxpayer dime. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I'm with you.
I don't disagree with this at all.
Nope. We've got Blake Smith out there this evening too. All right.
Who?
Blake Smith.
Baby Bear.
Baby Bear. Hey, get this one. This is from WQAD Channel 8, Springfield, Illinois.
Springfield,
A state
Illinois.
senator wants to combat corruption by increasing transparency of public officials.
What? No.
State Representative John Cabello of Rockford, he's a Republican, proposed making body cameras mandatory for all elected officials while they're conducting official business, according to the Illinois News Network. Cabello pointed to the recent corruption case filed against Chicago Alderman Ed Burke.
Yeah, Mr.
Burke,
Ed.
who's been an alderman since 1969, stepped down as he was charged with attempted extortion in January of 19. They also found 23 guns in his office, too.
Whoa, wasn't he a proponent of gun confiscation?
Yeah,
and stuff like
and
that?
that was in a gun-free zone also.
That's another one of our politicians. Do as I say, not as I do.
Cabello believes keeping body cameras filming as officials conduct business may prevent further corruption. I'm pretty sure he's right. You just got to get them to turn the damn things on and not shut them off. The camera would be on any time they're in meetings. That could stop the backroom deals.
Oh, my goodness.
It would be more
not
transparent
that.
and bring more things out in the light. Yes, it would. The current proposal only allows body camera footage to be used as evidence in investigations. However, Cabello says he is open to making the footage open to the public access under the Freedom of Information Act. Under the proposal, public officials could be fined if they break the body camera law.
So, our politicians who are trying to hold us accountable, we should make them accountable?
It's crazy, I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Body cameras.
That's horrible. You can't do that. They're the elite.
Yeah, well, they think so. Cabello does not have a co-sponsor for the proposal at this time. The proposal has been referred to the Rules Committee. Cabello is pessimistic about the chances of it making out of the committee, which, you know who's in charge of pretty much every committee, whether it's in the House or in the Senate?
Mike Madigan.
Mike Madigan. Guess who's not going to wear a body cam?
Mike Madigan.
Mike Madigan, that's right. He says the proposal has gotten a huge response from the people he represents. I'm sure it has.
Oh,
it's getting a good response here, too, also. But unfortunately, Chicago pretty much dominates the state of Illinois. It's just not going to happen.
Maybe House Resolution 101 will pass by some sort of miracle and we can, govern our own selves down here.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see, what else we got around? Oh, you got something?
Yeah. Nebraska State Senator Ernie Chambers, an independent from Omaha.
Oh, my God. Oh, another caller. Go ahead, caller.
What's up, Seaman Recruit Deacon?
I don't know, brother. You're in the Army now. Go ahead. I wondered if we were going to get a rebuttal call here.
You fellas staying warm up down there?
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm just sitting here, the warmth off of Smitty's,
Quit. Stop. Just stop right there. Just don't
toxic
even go in.
masculinity is keeping things warm in here.
I think it's all the
It was
computer
so damn
equipment.
cold. It was so damn cold up here. I saw a lawyer with his hands in his own pockets.
What? You sure it wasn't just a Democrat?
No, I said it was so cold up here.
How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm fine.
Awesome.
Steve, did you see our buddy Congressman Nadler was on Fox News last Wednesday?
No, I think I missed it. What happened?
Well, they were holding hearings about guns, and Scalise, one of the reps that got shot,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to-
yeah.
he wanted to testify, but
They wouldn't let him.
me and Steve's old buddy Nadler. He said they got 8 slots per witnesses, and Republicans got 2. And
Wow.
so our old buddy, the Nad man,
Yeah, he did want
He thinks that's fair.
Scalise getting up there, being a proponent for guns,
And-
even though he was shot.
And nearly lost his
right.
life over it. Yes, in a baseball game.
So, hey, Steve, do you think when he holds a political rally in his home district, his supporters chant, "Go Nad, go Nad, go Nad"?
Oh, school
be-
teachers and their plays on words.
That would be too funny.
Good.
I'd go chant it.
You're killing me.
Hey, were you ever employed by the Department of Corrections?
Yeah, actually, I was.
It shows.
No. Steve, I'll have to let you know the text I got from Bob earlier today.
Oh boy.
Yeah. My wife says, "You know what? You act different now that Bob's around."
He has that
I
effect
try
on
to tell
people.
her, everybody does.
Yeah, he has that effect on people, doesn't he?
Now, Bob had 4 articles that he brought to the forefront. How about you? You just got the one.
Well, I just want
you can't let an Army guy
Max,
upstage you like that.
Well, Maxine Waters can kiss my white pimply ass as far as I'm concerned, as far as reparations go.
Yeah, no
And
kidding.
if they get that passed, I think I'm going to send a bill to the Congressional Black Caucus, because my great grandfather did over 6 months in Andersonville prison exercising his white privilege.
Wow,
Wow.
really? I did
It
not.
didn't work out very well for him, did it?
No,
That white
Well,
privilege.
he made it.
really.
He made it.
That's amazing because Andersonville was just nasty.
It was just short of this side of hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. If any people out there listening don't know what Andersonville, it was a prison for Union soldiers, and it was
Well,
it was hell.
yep.
You were lucky to make it out alive.
And he was.
Wow. Yeah, but
Well, that's just my little gift for Maxine, because that's how I feel about it.
Well, we did a few articles on old Maxine, wondering how she got all of her freaking money out there, and her, what was it, $750,000 bonus or something that she got. But she's just another one of our politicians that's been around too long and needs to just fade off into the sunset.
yeah. Well, here's another thing. Where's the slaves and slave owners that we're talking about? The reason why they want these reparations. Show me a slave owner. Show me a slave.
Yeah.
They're not there.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's not going to
Good luck
happen.
with that.
It's just not going to happen. This issue keeps regurgitating every 5-6 years, something like that.
Yeah, I mean this,
and I don't know why.
This has been going on for 20-25 years, actually, I believe.
Yeah, but it seems like it goes in cycles. It just comes back to the surface, and you're like, "Oh my God, not
Well,
again!"
I just don't think they have anything else that they can bring to the forefront that they've just been in too long, and actually they're just trying to get more votes, I guess, basically is what's going on here.
Sure. We want to keep the black vote, so we want to talk about reparations so we can pay these people to vote for us. Basically, is what it amounts to.
Well, it's like we've been talking on this show before that there's a big rift now called the Blexit movement, the Black and Latino exit from the Democratic Party. And the video that we're obviously not going to get to play here tonight has Candace Owens on it. She is one of the big proponents of the Blexit movement. She says all they need to do is 5 more points. Lean the Blexit movement 5 more points the Republican way, and the Democratic Party is through. And this is why all this reparations and these other smokescreens that the Democrats and liberals and socialists are throwing up, especially about the border.
And the socialism.
Absolutely. That's why they want all the.
Hey,
they want
fellas.
to try and keep the vote. Yes, sir.
Fellas. Mm-hmm. I want to see the video, so I'm going to hang up.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I'll leave you with one last thing.
Uh-oh.
Robin,
Yes?
what do you get
Oh, boy.
when you cross LSD with birth control pill?
Steve Smith.
Yep, Bernie Sanders.
No, you get a trip without the kids.
Oh my gosh.
Bye.
Okay.
See you later. Thanks
Bye-bye.
for calling. Hey, well,
Wow.
let's take a look at that video. We only got a few minutes left. Let's take a look quickly
All
at
right.
that video.
Go
This
ahead.
Candace Owens thing.
Candace Owens.
I do feel like I'm winning. Look, I wake up every day and the smears and the hit pieces against me are nastier and nastier. And that, to me, is indicative of the left's fear. I don't think they ever saw this coming. They never could have predicted an awakening in the minority community. They've had our votes. They've taken advantage of us. And fundamentally, they've stopped trying. And the Republicans weren't competing for the black vote. I think they know that Blexit is going to happen, that they're seeing my 2020 vision. And listen to this, Lou. All we're talking about here is moving the black vote 5 points. If we move the black vote 5 points, the left is done. The Democrats are done. They can no longer sustain their party. That's how much they rely upon us, and that's why they constantly want us in a state of anger, confusion, and fear, and that's what I'm working to reverse.
That says it all right there.
Yep, sure does.
I mean, they have held since when LBJ and the New Deal. All these freaking programs, all this free stuff coming. they just keep pushing them down. And what has happened up in the democratically controlled areas like Chicago, Detroit, and things like that?
They've went to shit.
They went to crap because they keep giving free stuff. They keep raising taxes. They keep driving businesses out. Detroit's a freaking mess. Chicago is going the same direction. It's almost there. You know, they run the freaking jobs out. They keep these people down on welfare and things like that in a promise of free crap.
And there's no such
And
thing
they
as
make
free.
people lazy and they don't want to work. And I'm not just talking blacks and Latinos. I'm talking white people and everybody else.
Yep.
They don't want a working class people because that's the best way to keep them down and keep their foot on them.
You don't want anybody to think for themselves.
Absolutely.
You want to keep your, like you say, keep your foot on them. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about a
well, you know
thing.
what?
Don't think. Don't get educated. Don't do anything like that because we got your back. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, we'll take care of them. Let me tell you something. We've got a lot of freaking resolve in this freaking country, and it started in 1776, and it's going to continue. And with people like Candace Owens, Mark Luckman, and everybody else with the Blexit movement, and if you guys haven't ever checked it out, go check it out. BLEXIT, the Blexit movement. These freaking people are getting after it. And they're sick and tired of the Democratic, liberal, socialist bullcrap. They've got brains. They can think. They can do for themselves. And I'm telling you what, Republicans and conservatives, you better be on the ball here. All right?
You've got to,
Don't drop the freaking ball on this.
because there's a window of opportunity here
Absolutely.
to make it work.
Absolutely.
And your policies will be well welcomed.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's
No doubt.
absolutely no doubt.
We're out of time.
We are out of time, and we didn't even get to finish all of our articles.
That's probably a good thing. I'd like to thank everybody out there for the comments online here, phone calls. It's always
I'll
good.
tell you what, they know how to get us started, don't they?
It worked out pretty good.
You're right, Dave Arns. That is why the school systems are the way they are.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
you take the school system where I'm from, you know, and they still do the Common Core because if they don't, then they don't get the freaking money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You keep dumbing society down, and you have them. Be educated, people. Think for
Absolutely.
yourselves.
Think for
Go
yourself.
look.
There's on our Facebook page. Did I mention this Senator Albert Gilroy? He's
No.
from the 24th district in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
He's a black state senator. He's leaving. The article says he's leaving the black Democrat plantation, going Republican. So that video is 4 minutes 15 seconds long. Take a look at it. He makes a lot of sense. It's worth a look. Again,
Think for yourselves.
think
All
for
right.
yourselves.
Don't let these politicians run your freaking lives. Don't let them run you into the ground. Do your own damn thinking.
There
And
you
that's
go.
all I've got to say.
Okay, we're out of time. So
Dang.
if you love your country, you love your freedom, thank a veteran.
Absolutely every day.
Thanks for turning on and tuning in.
God bless America.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye.